Hey, what's up guys? It's the Big Toof here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a standard pipe bomb in GoonStation. And you might be sitting here watching this video because you're currently playing your first round of Antagonist, and you've never really made a pipe bomb before, and you can't really ask for help in game because you're an antagonist, right? And you can't ask in the Discord because you're not allowed to talk about what's going on in the round. So what we're going to do here is I've already got the materials here assembled. You can see I have some steel, some copper wire. I have at least 20 milliliters of welding fuel, a welder, screwdriver, igniter, and timer. So first off, you're going to grab the sheet metal and you're going to press the character C on your keyboard, and that's going to bring up the crafting sheets, right? And you're going to go down and select pipe frame. And notice it takes 3 sheets to do this. You're going to craft the pipe frame. And you can just set the sheets down over there. We no longer need those. And you're going to take your welding tool and you're going to turn it on by pressing C, and you're going to weld the 2 pipes now. You will take a little bit of eye damage due to that. Weld too many times like that and you can go blind. And you're going to take this welding fuel now and you're going to click on it, and that fills it with 20 units of the reagent, right? So now it's filled with 20 units of welding fuel and explosive. And you're going to take this synth rubber insulated copper cable, just cable, and you're going to connect it now to the pipes. And up here we're going to take this screwdriver and we're going to screw this igniter by clicking on it. And it says now the igniter can be attached. We're going to take the igniter and we're going to grab this one, the timer, and we're just going to connect them, right? And we're going to go down here and we're going to connect it to the other pipe. And we're going to take our screwdriver, and you now have successfully created a standard pipe bomb, right? And you're probably wondering, well, Toof, what do I do with it now that I've created this pipe bomb? Well, you're going to press C and it's going to bring up a timer. Now, the bottom number is how long until the explosive goes off, right? You see right here we have a timing, not timing. Currently, it's not primed. The moment you hit timing is when the countdown begins. You have 12 seconds to get away now, and it's counting down. But you could always stop it by clicking it again. So keep in mind, if somebody else grabs your bomb, they could turn it off. It is no longer dangerous. Okay, so be weary of just walking around with explosives like I am right now, because they could be always taken away from you. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly where you can get all the materials in order to make these pipe bombs. Typically in the toxins lab, which is what this is called, there is individual igniters and timers here, or there's already pre-assembled ones you could just go over here and grab, right? And so that's 2 pieces of it, right? Now we're going to talk about where you get the chemical from, as well as the glass that you need to hold it, right? So you need a beaker, and typically, there's beakers there's beakers here, there should be little beakers somewhere as well. I like to grab the little beakers because it's easier to work with. But if not, you just grab a big beaker, I believe, and use that. You got plenty of options as long as it's glass, it says. So now that I showed you where you can grab the beakers from, which is this office in here, we're going to talk about where you can get the welding fuel. Now, the welding fuel is stationed in various parts of the facility, but one of them is right here. You could fill it. You can see I filled up with a large beaker now with welding fuel. I have 100 liters of it. I'm just going to stash that in my pocket so I'm not just walking around with welding fuel. You might also be wondering, well, Toof, where do I get the welder and screwdriver? Typically in toolboxes like this right here, not this one per se, but the blue ones will have tools for you to work with, and we'll see if we can identify one of those currently on the map. But I'll show you where I usually grab all my materials from, like the metal and the cable and the tools. I run all the way over here beside the cargo station, the quartermaster's facility. And like right here, typically there's like a stack of metal. I actually grabbed it earlier to demonstrate this, and you can see here I cut up some wires to grab for you to show you, because sometimes there's wires that spawn here, sometimes it doesn't. And then also I grabbed a welding tool here, and you could also get the fuel that we mentioned earlier here as well. So if you grab a container, a beaker or glass from science, and you just run straight over here, you can pick up a majority of your stuff. And down here, if you don't want to go back to science and you wanted to do this somewhere, shady, you could always, vend an igniter and timer here. You can just click vend, and it'll vend them and put them in your hand. So just like that, I now have 2 of the items. And, that shows you, that's where you can get all these items from. You don't really have to go far. And if you're really struggling to find the tools like a screwdriver, or you can see that monkey looks like he's holding the toolbox in his hand now. But even so, if you couldn't find them there, there's some wire. You can come over here, click tools, screwdriver, right? And there's your screwdriver. Boom. Just like that, you have a screwdriver. And typically they keep these doors open. Quartermasters are some of the least aware people I've ever met. Not to categorize them in their own thing, but they get spaced all the time. And if you don't know what spacing means, it essentially is when they get thrown out of the cargo.